You know how wellness fads come and go? Well, today we're talking about something different. It's a remedy that's been trusted for literally thousands of years, but suddenly it seems to be popping up everywhere again. We're talking about castor oil.
But is that even possible? Can one single oil from just one plant really help with your skin, your hair, your digestion, and even help you sleep better? That's the huge question we're going to dig into today.
Okay, so let's get down to basics. What is this stuff? Well, castor oil is just a vegetable oil that's pressed from the seeds of the Ricinus communis plant. But its history goes way, way back, thousands of years. It was a huge deal in Indian Ayurvedic medicine, used for everything from healing skin to soothing your digestive system.
All right, let's jump right into what most people are talking about these days, how this oil can be a total game changer for your skin and your hair. Are you just sick and tired of that dry skin feeling? You know, when you have to keep slathering on lotion all day long? Well, castor oil might just be that simple, super powerful moisturizer you've been searching for.
So how does it work its magic? The secret ingredient, if you will, is this unique fatty acid called ricinoleic acid. Think of it like this. It creates a protective little shield on your skin that locks moisture in so it can't escape. This is exactly why you see it in a ton of store-bought cosmetics. But the really cool part? You can just use the pure stuff, straight up.
And that brings us to a really interesting choice, right? You can go for the pure, simple oil, or you can grab one of those fancy commercial products. With pure castor oil, you know exactly what you're getting. One single, powerful ingredient. No weird chemicals, and it's usually way more affordable.
But hold on, it doesn't just stop with your skin. Oh no. A lot of people swear by castor oil for getting that healthy, strong, super shiny hair. And get this. Some research even hints that that same ricinoleic acid we just talked about might even help with hair loss by keeping a certain hormone in check. And you know what? Using it is super easy. Seriously, you just work it into your hair, pop on a shower cap, and go to bed. In the morning, give it a gentle comb, and then wash it out. Now, just a little pro tip. This oil is pretty thick, so you might need to shampoo twice to really get it all out.
Okay, so we've covered the outside. Now let's talk about what happens on the inside. Because castor oil's benefits go way deeper than just skin and hair. It can actually give our internal systems a pretty serious boost.
Now this is probably the one you've heard of. For better or for worse, castor oil is in fact an approved stimulant laxative. Basically, it gets the muscles in your intestines moving, which, well, it helps push things along when you're dealing with some temporary constipation.
But I have to be really, really clear about this. This is so important. You can only use it in small amounts. If you take too much, you're going to have a bad time. We're talking cramping, nausea, the whole deal. So moderation is absolutely everything here. Seriously.
All right, moving on to something that might actually surprise you. It turns out castor oil is thought to help out your body's lymphatic system. And that system is a massive part of how your body defends itself. Think of your lymphatic system as your body's personal cleanup crew. It's constantly removing waste from your cells. And here's where it gets really interesting. There's this small but fascinating study that found when patients used castor oil packs on their abdomens, their bodies actually started making more lymphocytes. And lymphocytes are basically the frontline soldiers of your immune system, fighting off all the bad guys like bacteria and toxins.
Okay, so we've done beauty, we've done digestion, but castor oil isn't done yet. It has a few more surprising tricks up its sleeve, helping with everything from getting a good night's sleep to taking care of minor wounds.
Who hasn't had one of those nights? Just tossing and turning, staring at the ceiling, desperate for some rest. I think we've all been there. Well, believe it or not, this old-school remedy might have a really simple, natural trick for that.
Here are a couple of super easy things you can try. First, you can dab just the tiniest amount on your eyelids before you go to sleep. It's supposed to help you relax. Or you can use it as a base, what they call a carrier oil. Mix in a few drops of something calming, like lavender, and just rub that right onto your temples.
And what about for little cuts and sores? Turns out castor oil is pretty great for that too. It creates a moist environment that stops the sores from drying out, which is exactly what you want to promote healing. In fact, it's so effective that it's a key ingredient in some commercial wound ointments you can buy at the store, like Vinilex.
Okay, get ready for a weird one. I bet you did not see this coming. Castor oil can actually be a powerful cleaning agent for dentures. Yep, you heard me right. It's really good at fighting off the nasty bacteria and fungi that can grow on them and cause some pretty painful problems.
And just how good is it? Well, a study showed that soaking dentures in a simple 10% castor oil solution for just 20 minutes was enough to significantly knock back the amount of harmful bacteria and fungus. How simple is that?
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of amazing benefits, but, and this is a big but, we absolutely have to talk about using it responsibly. This is not some magic cure-all, and you've got to be smart about it.
So let's run through a quick safety checklist, okay? First things first, always do a patch test on a small bit of skin to make sure you don't have an allergic reaction. Second, if you're using it as a laxative, I'm going to say it again, small recommended doses only. And finally, please remember this is for temporary issues, not a long-term therapy. For anything serious, your first stop should always be a conversation with your doctor.
So when you step back and look at the whole picture, skin, hair, digestion, immunity, even sleep, it's kind of remarkable, isn't it? It all comes from this one simple oil, which really just leaves one final question for you to think about. Could this ancient remedy be the most versatile ingredient missing from your shelf right now?